Hey everybody, welcome back to Jess Plays more of Earth Code. I am trying to record a couple of different episodes today. I actually missed Thursday upload this past week, as you might imagine, my job is kind of difficult as of late. Excuse me. And, oh god, sorry. We're entering into what's affectionately called busy season now. So, yeah, we're having this stuff going on. I think this is new, so I'm gonna read it just. Alright. You know how we need 39 me cards to finish this? If you calculate it like this, get 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, and 4. Together, they add up to 39. This accounts for 6 hours of votes. You're right. That means we should have found 8 this time around. Our total should be 17, but the rooms only gave us me cards until we reach 15. And I'd be fine with 15 since we're 6 left, but Viti had one and now he's gone. Well, let's gather up anyway. We can figure this shit out then. She took the lead and Ancora followed behind. The duo made their way back through Wing A with the goal of regrouping with the others in the crossroads. You know, forget it. What was that all about? I don't know. I feel strange inside. I'm missing something? Maybe. The girl paused, stopping her movements near the puzzle door. Maybe you're missing Ira. You two were dating, right? For all you keep saying, I think you needed him more than he needed you. Nonsense! Fuck that! He needed me... No, please stop. You're deceiving yourself. Look, just figure out what it really meant to you. Your companionship. Because if you don't figure that out for yourself, I think you won't get a chance to. It's now or never. Superbia remained silent, and the two of them walked again. Soon, they arrived at the crossroads proper. Yeah, that's my idea. Please don't feel bad for me. The group had been at a heated debate over who would be the next on the chopping block. Luxuria apparently was making known her idea for the others to vote for her. Ula was supporting her choice, but Tristitia wasn't in agreement with it. Avarisha was staying on the sidelines. As Ancora and Superbia approached the survivors, the horse-masked boy's tone turned harsher. You're one of the few I still trust, so it can't be you. You're also the lowest threat of the group. I refuse to vote for you because there are better targets. What's going on? Why does Lux want to be voted out? She says she wants to be voted out because she's fine with it. She's trying to win cute points, and I don't agree with it. Can't be everyone's martyr, Lux. Well, I agree with her. To be honest, I don't actually care who gets voted next if it's not me. Ah, the good old selfish routine. Should have expected it. If they agree with it, then there's nothing to do about it. Indeed. My choice has already been made. Luxuria managed to gather 3 votes out of all of them. Superbia, Gula, and herself together almost had a majority already. All Ancora had to do was agree with it, and they would have 4, giving them majority regardless of what the others would vote. But first, I want to know, Ancora, did you get a me card? You should have found one by now. We need to have everyone ready for the vote as soon as possible. Yes, I know we have another hour. Shut up. Superbia was going to talk, but Tristitia cut her off as soon as she moved, which startled her enough to shut her up before she'd even said anything. You of all people should shut your mouth and let me talk. Words everywhere. Okay, I think I figured this out. Where did that come from, you fat lard ass? I know what you've done, so if you don't want me to tell everyone else, you better shut up. Furbia was quick to retreat to her rabbit hole. Without any more interruptions, Tristitia resumed his questioning. So, did you get a me card yet? Why are they even voting for Luxuria anyway? Did she have some change of heart, or was this her plan from the beginning? Can't bring herself to vote for anyone else? Avaricia stepped forward to say something, against all odds. But before she talked, Ancora nodded. Sorry, Bia. I lied because I didn't feel ready to vote. Not again. Good. We can vote now, then. I get that you don't want anyone to die again, but we're 5 minutes past the 3rd hour, and how many me cards do we have? 16 or something? And one's gone with Beatty. Can't keep bickering like this. We need a plan, and we need 39 me cards, or everyone dies. Finding everyone of that fact, Tristitia caused a ripple of panic to spread across the group. And Cora found it a nice way to remind everyone of their current predicament. Ah, you're right. We're all going to die. Even bigger of a reason to begin at once. That's why we should get the vote over with quickly. Just vote for me. Yeah, let's just vote. Get this over with. No, that's wrong. This is all wrong. Don't vote for Lux. Portraits are all changed around. Need to be convinced of that fact. I have no idea why, but I feel like this isn't correct. It's not the way to go. But I'm willing to go. That is correct. It is our designated plan for the time being, unless you propose a change, which would be ludicrous at this stage of our debate. And Cora shook her head before walking over to the console. No, look, it's not the same. Can't vote for Lux right now. I concur. Bia, you've been the biggest pain in the ass since the start, and with what Ira told us, you don't exactly look like an angel. In fact, due to his involvement, I think you're more than just a prissy bunny girl. I think you're a decent candidate for the mastermind behind all this. I played Danganronpa, you've got twin tails. Do the math! No fucking way! I'm not voting for myself. Are you out of your goddamn mind? Ira was your accomplice. Felt guilty, so he sacrificed himself to atone. The only people rich enough to do everything we've seen here, all these replicated rooms and the lockdown of the school, that's you, Superbia. You're the mastermind, aren't you? No way, it's not me. It can't be me. I'm not rich. Her words caught Justicia by surprise. My parents are rich, but I ain't touching a single bit of that goddamn money until they pass away, and as far as I remember, they are very well alive and healthy. I can't have made this whole shit here. I'm not any wealthier than anybody else. I very much doubt that statement. That's not what I meant anyway. But it's good that those doubts were dispelled. What I meant was, look at the consoles. Approaching the consoles, the others looked upon the portraits and the buttons. After a few moments of consideration to humor Ancora, Superbia shrugged nonchalant. Well, what's so different? She's right. Something's off, I think. Ula made an exaggerated motion with her hands to catch everyone's attention. There is nothing different. You are all being misled by this little girl. I think she wants to buy some time for herself for some reason. Don't let her cloud your judgment. Wait a second. We can at least take a minute to hear what Tristitia has to say. We have plenty of time this session, so we should make use of it to its fullest. And Gula's speech has reverted to less flowery words, huh? I think she does that when she gets stressed out. It means she's walking on a tightrope. I think some portraits were switched now that I have a proper look at them. Not sure, though. Could be the misinformation effect. Maybe I only started seeing it after Ancora mentioned it. The ones that were switched were... I think they're Bia's and Cora's? Huh? What does that mean, Cora? Explain yourself right now. You wanted to get me voted out by having people want to vote you dead. Is that it? No, I wouldn't do that. Why would I change them then bring attention to it? Does anyone remember what the layout looked like? What do you mean by that? If two portraits were switched, maybe they weren't the only ones. Is there a portrait that's a different spot in every console now? I don't think so. Further examination showed that all of the consoles indeed had their portraits in the same spot. So it's not an attempt at manipulating a group to vote for someone, while the other would vote for someone else, and then all votes would end up pointing to the same person. No, wait, no. Something isn't adding up. There's more that was switched. I'm utterly convinced. I don't know why, but I'm convinced of that. Because I saw it, of course. It's going to be very hard to get them to buy it, I'm aware. Also, before that, earlier when Ira died, I had this weird vision, too. I was talking to him and he... No, wait, it wasn't talking to him. It was like I was someone else talking to him. I don't know why I have these visions. I remember the consoles, the portraits being switched. 3 others were switched too. Which ones? You aren't making any sense. What in God's name are you talking about? Vision this, vision that, portraits being switched? This is fucking insane. What is this? It's like a fucking Danganronpa game. The rest of the group watched, a little uneasy about the exchange. I don't think mine was changed anyway, so just vote for me. I'm okay with it. Do you hear this, Cora? Lux is willing to go instead of you, despite the fact that you're clearly off your rocker. Off your rocker? Let's vote for Lux then. Cora, I'm sorry to say, but you are being very... I don't know. I don't know if I can trust these visions. Better her than me. We can also vote for Bia, you know. What? It's also a valid option. You've been a serious pain this whole time, mastermind or not. No, the one they have to vote for is... I think it's me? I don't remember. It's been a while since I played the game, so I don't actually remember what happened. I think it's me. Oh, God. Or maybe we can vote for me. Wait, what am I talking about? Just ignore that. I was making a joke, that's all. Sure, whatever. You're already weird. It's not like this makes your case any worse. After a few moments, it was instead convened. The group would be voting for Luxuria. Am I okay with this? Have Luxuria die by the vote? No, we can't vote for Lux! Lux has been the nicest girl so far. Instead, we should vote for Bia. She's the biggest threat, and she repeatedly refuses to work with everyone else. Stop with these baseless accusations. They're not too baseless, though. Fortunately for the matter at hand, it seemed that Gula and Luxuria agreed with Ancora. Huh. Didn't think it would be so easy. It's what the majority wants. Hey, wait a minute. That's not what we agreed on. What you agreed on? This little bitch told me to vote for her, and now she's saying to vote for me? That's duplicitous as fuck. I am not putting my head in front of that shotgun. Unfortunately for Superbia, Luxuria swiped her me card before she could even realize what was going on. Rabbit Girl ran after the smaller one, but she was too fast, and soon the me card was in Superbia's console. The others had followed the exchange while moving towards their consoles too, ready to jump in if Superbia didn't cooperate. Shortly after, all me cards were in, and Gula and Tristitia were pushing Superbia towards the shotgun. You dickwads! You're fucking it up. I am not the mastermind. You're all idiots! Stupid! Shit for brain morons! The insults kept coming as the clock ticked. Everyone took their spot as Superbia gesticulated. She slammed her vote down for someone, although it wouldn't change the ultimate outcome, because everyone else was voting for her. Is it fine? I don't know. Feels like this is a mistake somehow. Something feels extremely amiss with how easily the situation was overturned. It wasn't like Ancora had all the time in the world, either. I think in this run, it's like Superbia and Avaricia's are switched, I think? I don't remember. She was the last one to vote. I think it's these two that got switched. She's an omnivore. Although... I don't know, what is it? Does the snake count as an omnivore? I don't think so. It counts as a carnivore. I don't know. Whatever, let's vote. The board exposed the votes much like before. What happened was surprising. Even though everyone seemingly voted for Superbia, Ancora was the one with 5 votes. Superbia only had 1 single vote. What? Are you all... Did you all set this up? Ancora stared in bewilderment at the results. Final thing she would stare at. Shit, the rest of the group must have banded together. I knew this was proceeding far too easily. Then a gunshot rang out, but Ancora could only hear the first bit, where she died and life faded away. With this outcome, she had surrendered her right to live. Yes, I should have been more vigilant. I tried to figure out what's going on so that it didn't happen. But it's all over, there's no point sticking around. Not that I can anyway. Something wonky happened to the consoles, the voting panels. The past that has nothing to do with me anymore. It's time to embrace eternity. Finally, me when it's the weekend. Oh, I guess once they're dead, they show up here, maybe? Alright, I need to take a look. Where did I end? Right. Decides to vote for Superbia in order to group back. So the 2 other things that we need to is up here. This one's unavailable because we didn't go on that route. Principal's office is split up. Yeah, but here. Man. Okay. So, back to this point. I'm gonna try hacking somebody else. I hacked Superbia last time. Guess this time... with Avaricia. Okay. Puzzle? We didn't find anything new, did we? Even though Ira's body is missing. Avaricia and Luxuria were together. The 2 were in the crossroads, but they weren't far from Wing A. Luxuria was looking into the adjacent area, containing some lockers. She wasn't having any success. That still gives me the creeps. Next to them was a wall that was as empty as could be. It was made of large rectangular metallic plates, with other bits and pieces of metal shut tight against them. No matter how hard someone banged on them, it didn't open. What a shame. I wonder where Nvidia went. Well, no point in sticking around here. The two of them agreed and left the area to go back into Wing A. They wandered into one side for a few moments before realizing they were going to go back towards classrooms they'd explored. This isn't going to be really useful. I already searched that side. But what about the classrooms? They split up, looking at each door in turn until they found one that unlocked. Avaricia turned the handle and stepped inside, while Luxuria waited outside. Why is she not going inside yet? Is she guarding the room? Nothing came of the strange behavior, and instead Avaricia left the room and closed the door behind her. In her hand was a Miko, clutched alongside her other one. You found one! Now Cora will be okay! Maybe. It would still do well to talk with the others about, you know, our additional hour. It's kind of hard to believe he's just gone like that. Yeah, I think I saw Bia going into the other hallway. Fine then, let's go there. Even if I don't especially feel enthused about talking to her. They left the first part of Wing A to go back to the crossroads, spying Gula and Tristitia in the distance. But not ones to leave their current goal aside, they went back into Wing A, the second, more spacious hallway this time. Very quickly, they ran into Superbia. Oh, hey. At first, Superbia had tried to act like she didn't see them, but it became more and more impossible as the two of them closed the distance. Have you found anything so far? Superbia was clearly growing frustrated again. No, I didn't find anything. But at least with Edie gone, we've got all the time in the world. I guess, but there's no point rejoicing about it. What's the big deal, anyway? Look, I want to be nice and whatever, but it's not like our predicament hasn't been weighing down my mind. We're still gonna die if we don't vote in the next hour or so. And honestly, the earlier we vote, the better. Do you really want to be nice, or are you just saying it that way? I just wanted to not be mean for those who were gone. What do they care anyway? They're gone. It's not like they're going to walk up to me and slap me. No, but I could do that. As a teacher. As a student, nobody gives a shit. In here, you're the same as everyone else. That means you're expendable, according to Pandora. Expendable? Oh, you guys remember, yeah? Pandora is our leader. Or leader, I guess I should say. Never seen her face. Still gave me directives. Hate that. Hate it so much. Hate being told what to do. I'm my own girl. You're your own bitch, yes. None of this is useful. What were you doing before, anyway? Looking around here for a me card? Yeah? Beatty told you before he croaked? He did. How awfully nice of you, but I don't think you're going to find anything here. This is a waste. Luxuria had remained quiet for a while. Avaricia was going to ask for her input, but Superbia interrupted her just as she began talking. We should split back up. Good idea for once. We can cover more ground that way. See you two later. The teacher wandered off, leaving the two girls alone. What an idiot. The teacher went back towards the other classrooms, though her search ended up being unsuccessful. They already had found the me card anyway. Now she was searching for Ancora, without a doubt. Without Vidi, things are a little bit emptier. I already lost 3 people. Point delaying it, I guess I'll go to the voting machine. There's also no point sticking around here anymore. She walked away. Superbia came into her vision again. She was going in the direction of Ancora's hiding spot. He was still in the lock, so if she didn't act quickly, the rabbit was going to figure out that this door could be opened, and then things would spiral out of control. The simplest solution was to just cut the feed for the time being. Superbia came by Ancora after the blonde girl had left the corner, which she'd previously been exploring. Kara, we're gathering back up, I think. Oh, goodness. Ready? Yeah. By the way, thanks for your sacrifice. We'll figure out the traitor, kill them, and then get out of here. Better, for my sake. Uh... I agree with Lux then. It's been decided. Sorry, Lux. You don't have to feel sorry for me. It was my choice. I'd much rather go that way. Even though Ancora couldn't see past Luxuria's helmet, she felt as though the girl was smiling. Wasn't gonna die while panicking. She was picking her future. This might be a waste of a vote. I guess I still didn't figure out who was the traitor. I need to make that a priority for the next round. Group walked forward. No need to talk about it. There was no need to debate or argue. They would all put their vote for Luxuria and then move to the next set of doors as soon as possible. Final set of doors. Past that puzzle door, there were only 3 rooms left. Then all the Mii cards are accessible. I'm slightly worried, though. I wonder why we only found so few of them. We should have found at least 30 by now. But we only have around half that. This isn't how everything was placed. Someone's gone through the school in the minutes before this started. Cutting her thoughts short, Ancora inserted her Mii card into the console. Alongside the others, she readied herself for her vote. This time it wouldn't be a long setup. Just be a vote, then to be over. It was a little refreshing for things to be this simple. Ancora wished she could live in simplicity like that. The barrel of the shotgun in front of her brought her back to reality. Okay, let's stop the waterworks. I have this vote to put in. No comments came from anyone else. Soon, everything was in place. Furbia pushed her vote in without hesitation. Next came Luxuria's, Gula's, Justitia's, and Avaricia's. Last was Ancora's vote. I have a bad feeling about this. For some reason, something's just off. I can't get rid of the feeling that this time the discussion was cut short. No. It didn't get cut short. It's almost like it didn't happen at all. Everyone just agreed. Hey, Cora, your vote is missing. Put it in already. Unable to nod in agreement due to the shotgun, Cora interrupted her thoughts and pushed in her vote. Doing Lux this time? Oh, I even couldn't. See, I could have sworn that somebody swapped a picture with Avaricia. But I don't remember if that's actually the case, or if I just... I'm... No. Mandela affecting myself. Alright, whatever. Screens above the voting console settled onto Avaricia's symbol. It was clear what was to follow. It was her execution. Every shotgun but the victims released their hold, leaving the participants to witness the macabre outcome. It took only a moment for the gunshot to come. It sounded like it had shot Avaricia at point-blank range, but in reality there were no bullet holes in the helmet before. Time slowed down. Eventually everything froze. Hello? Who are you? I don't know. Some say my name is Pandora. Hello then, Pandora. I think I'm dead. Are you sure? You don't look dead to me. I can't move. I mean, I can, but it's not a body. What's moving is just my mind. I guess you're dead then. But death is fine too. Ah. Yeah, now that you mention it, I guess so. Kinda hard to make out who's talking. Feels like when you talk, I'm talking too. What does that mean? Maybe you're a part of me now. I remember you. Is that so? What kind of person was I? You were a strong woman. You're a teacher who was also clueless. Even though you wanted to protect people, you also wanted to survive. Fortunately, it looks like you've been had. Had? How so? Someone tricked others, I think. Sure right now. One thing's for sure. Death wasn't fair. Life isn't fair either. Well, I mean, okay. I like Avaricia arguably better than a lot of the other characters, but she's at least an adult. Like, at least she got somewhat of a shot at life. Doesn't mean that it's necessarily against nature. Right on that one. Remember anything about yourself? I don't remember. You remember my name, What was your name? I can't be sorry. I guess I don't know after all. What was your name? They want to know. I can say it, but you'll find it funny. It's not really a woman's name. It's Marco. No, right? Silent because you're holding back. No, I'm silent because I'm confused. Why are you confused? Marco wasn't your name. I know what your name was. Your name was Arel Weber. Ah, that's more familiar. Why did I think Marco was my name? I don't have the answer to this question. But I have to go soon. What's going to happen to me? I don't know. I never died. Then how can you talk to me? I take that silence as you don't know either. Well, I was a teacher, and I was probably bad at it, but I'll say... Try to think about it. If it can help you, I'll have fulfilled my job. Thanks. Didn't think I'd get counsel on fading consciousness. Indeed. Help comes from the most unlikely of places. I hope I won't be judged for my crime. Now we must... Dust to dust, ashes to ashes. Surrendered your right to live. Now carry your memory. Thank you. Noble creature, the pig. I'm saying that without irony. I love the shit out of pigs. Nate and I go to the pig cafe like once a month. This is not looking good. And Cora came to reality momentarily. Finally, she could see the results of the previous vote, plain as day. Avaricia's body was on the ground. Much like before, the helmet the voted one wore exploded. The group took great care in not stepping close to her. None of them wanted to be caught in the blast. All it did was char the next sub, leaving behind a splatter of disgusting head matter all over the floor. The sight alone was nauseating. He voted for Lux. Finally, Tristitia spoke. He stared at the small girl from the side, watching her like a hawk. Now that the reality of the situation was settling in, he seemed quite angry. Yes? I don't know what happened. This must be a trick. Pandora's trick. No, that's not possible. When we voted for Ira, he was the one who got busted. Now we vote for you when you want to sacrifice yourself and we kill Ava instead? Ava's a better name than Arel, by the way. No offense to any of the Arels out there, but... Wait, maybe there's something wrong with the voting panels. Don't you understand? This was her plan all along. Can't trust anyone here. Somehow she rigged the machines to make it so voting for her would kill Ava instead. A small flashback came upon Cora. She did remember putting the me cards inside of the presumed bomb case alongside Luxuria. The girl had also been investigating the consoles at that point in time. Me? Was it then that she modified them? I sure didn't see that one coming. This'll get bad now. Did you? No, I didn't! I didn't change the portraits or rig the machines. Some of you are far more dangerous than meets the eye. I'm not going to be had by you twice in a row. Ava was a solid ally, and she might have even had the way to escape this hellhole. Not sure what he means by that. Probably just human mistake. Now all that is gone! And you'll be gone too. Oh shit! Out of nowhere, Tristitia pulled out a revolver. With 2 gunshots, Luxuria fell to the ground. Alright, this situation feels a little bit more organic than the one where he's like, I'm killing everybody who has a certain Myers-Briggs type. Like, Horse Theme Boy had gotten her straight through the helmet. also suddenly exploded as well, adding to the corpses in the room. Small girl was no more. Trist! Why did... The entire group was staring at the exchange, but nobody except Ancora spoke. Everyone seemed far too terrified of what the prospects of having a gun pointed at them implied. Even Superbia remained silent for once. She's a threat. I'll remove every threat. First, it's Lux. Then, it's the murderer. And finally, I'll kill the mastermind. Didn't he just say he thought Ava had the way out? He's saying he's going to kill the mastermind, though. This may not be good news. I just gotta be ready to react appropriately if he knows somehow. So then, murderer. Thea, do you have anything to say for yourself? Murderer? What do you even mean? Don't play coy. Ever since Ira mentioned being an accomplice, how you both wandered around together like that, I'd been suspecting it. You're a cold woman, Thea. But this is where your killings end. Wait, let me talk at least! Justicia waited for a moment. Furbia was slowly gathering herself for what she had to explain. Just as it seemed like she was going to talk, she instead lunged at him. It's pretty funny. Everything happened very quickly. As soon as she landed over him, he shot her square in the heart. The bullet went so fast it pierced through her entire body, came out the back to lodge itself into one of the metallic plates on the far wall. So, alright, so this revolver then reminds me of one that my college boyfriend had, and he bought it because we were living in this hotel that was, this apartment building. I was kind of like not in the greatest part of town or whatever. And that thing, God, I don't remember exactly like what gauge, but I remember taking it to a firing range and like, Jesus Christ, the kickback on that thing. So I don't know if this like tubby high schooler necessarily could be one-handed firing from the hip with a gun that could pierce through somebody's entire torso. Then he shoved her off his own body. The entire fight would have been comical if it didn't have drastic outcomes. After Tristitia stood back up, he executed her with a shot through the helmet. Okay, so that's three. That's three. Once again it exploded, leaving yet another splotch of red carnage on the ground. Furbia, just like Luxuria, laid dead right next to the console. She's the reason we're all here. We're here to expiate our sins. It's the entire ideology behind naming us these things. You're still killing them all! What sense does that make, really? She was a murderer. You know who she killed? She killed that kid. Lula remained silent at those words. Instead, she brought her stare down to Superbia's dead body, watching it from afar. While she was thinking, Tristicia's attention was brought to Ancora. This is it then, we're finished. We're 3 survivors and 6 have been executed. Now open the way out or you will die. Huh? He does suspect something. That's very bad news. Way out? I don't know what you mean. She swallowed, frightened by the circumstances. None of this had been possible to see coming before. Not the mastermind. I don't want to die. No one fits the bill. He began walking around while talking. While he was doing so, Ancora was speed-thinking of a way out of this predicament. But nothing was coming to her. No one fits the bill! Not a single one of us could be the mastermind. But we all have sins. We all have an involvement in this larger picture. Superbia is the murderer, but that was just the catalyst. Everyone here has an involvement, except you. I have no idea what your crime is. I don't know what's your name, and I don't even know what you look like, little girl. I don't even think you could organize all this, but I'm out of leads. In the process of elimination, you're the only one who could be the mastermind behind all this. Lula remained silent on the sidelines. She had the forethought of not saying a word to aggravate the situation for herself. That's cool and all, but there's gotta be a way out of this situation. I'm not the mastermind. Only you could be the mastermind. I don't know how, but you are. Now open the goddamn doors or you're next. Cora's hands balled up into fists. couldn't hold it back anymore. Her own rage was growing too fiercely. So is Marco... I guess Marco is the kid that got murdered? Maybe? Maybe Marco is the murdered kid? I don't know. I'm no goddamn mastermind! I'm just a girl stuck like everyone else here. Are you gonna kill me for that? I will, because if I don't, then the mastermind might still be alive. Suddenly, Tristitia fell down and a loud metallic noise rang out as a result of the collision of his body and the helmet onto the floor. What the hell? Ula, stop! Ancora took the chance. She booked it. She ran down the stairs while a gunshot fired. It's 4. 5th. Oh yeah, it's 5th. No wait, is it 5th? He shot Superbia twice. Shot Lux. Oh, I guess he shot Lux twice in the helmet. Oh. Okay. That was his 5th one. He only had one more bullet in that 6-chamber revolver. He could only shoot Ula. Waste his shot. Ancora's fervent chase didn't last very long. Tristitia caught up to her after she reached the intersection. How did you let the fat kid run you down? Having forgotten the door wasn't open yet, she ran toward it and toward the puzzle pad. That was when he caught up to her. And that was when he shot her. Really thought we were going somewhere with this. I guess it was inevitable when all hell breaks loose. Still, I can't go yet. I think there's more to do, but do I have a choice? I suppose I don't. Unless a miracle happens. Okay, got another bad end. Gonna have to test out shit again. We're gonna have a lot of editing to do. I don't know if I'm gonna get to do more than one episode because trust NVIDIA more. Okay, so I guess I. It's with NVIDIA. Okay. Remember last time? Oh, so I guess it's Avaricia because that's who she switched with? No. I understand now. The girl walked toward the random console. Is this different? I think it is. Yeah, I think it is different. Okay. The girl walked toward a random console, bringing a finger to run along the portraits while pensive. Well, let's stop humoring her. Wait. If you vote for anyone, you'll kill an innocent. Well, okay, maybe not an innocent in the grand scheme of things, but you won't vote for the person you want dead. I know what's been switched now. All eyes were riveted on Ancora. The others, who had been in a hurry to vote before, were now considering her words given the natural curiosity to compete. The only one who wasn't interested in hearing any of it was Gula. This is clearly a waste of time. It is not! It is a waste of time for you, yes, because you're the one who's got it all messed up. You're the one who changed the portraits. If everyone votes for Lux right now, Ava will die. Portraits were changed twice, in fact. I get it now. Bia's and mine were switched, then whoever did it also switched Lux and Ava's portraits. It's a triangle of switching. I don't know who switched the others, but I know 2 portraits that were you're doing, Ula, Ava's and yours. I think we shouldn't tolerate this. We have to vote for Ava. Avaricia shuddered slightly, uncertain. Are you absolutely sure of what you're saying? I don't especially feel appeased to vote for myself, you know. If you don't, you'll die. A sudden resonating hit smashed to the side of Ancora's helmet, which sent her to the ground. Her vision faded, and all she could hear now was screaming. I did not do any of this! So you think you can get away with manipulating me? It is not good, Ula. You can't do that kind of thing. You're taking her word over mine? What is this world coming to? She's had visions, she's seen this, seen that, and she's got no proof at all. Do you think that's fine? Huh? Shut up, everyone. Ula, when you get stressed, you start talking strangely. Am not! Yes, you are. I've noticed it already. Maybe others aren't this perceptive, but you're hiding something. Not only that, but I think I know what Cora's talking about. I've noticed it earlier. You were fiddling with the consoles as we talked, weren't you? I didn't put much mind to it before, but now it's clear. And Cora knew this too. We should vote for Ava. Slowly, Ancora's vision was coming back. Next to her was Luxuria, who was checking onto her. Near her was Gula, who was being held by Superbia and Avaricia. It probably came from her. Knocked me right off. Ugh. The reverberation that happens in this helmet when you get hit is really awful. Right? It's fucking hell. Anyway, bring her to the console and let's vote for Ava. Remember, vote for Ava. No! I am not dying because of this. I have to get out of here. Sorry, Ola. Two girls yanked Gula over to her console and positioned themselves to their own afterwards. Luxuria, Tristitia, and Ancora all took place at their own console too, ready to vote. Let's go. For Ava, then. Group all voted almost in unison. Gula thrashed and screamed, but she couldn't get out of the hole. By the time the time limit was up, Gula smashed her fist onto the console at a random portrait. Ancora also put in her vote. Screens above the voting console settled onto Gula's symbol. It was clear what was to follow. It was her execution. Every shotgun but the victims released their hold, leaving the participants to witness the macabre outcome. It took only a moment for the gunshot to come. It sounded like it had shot Gula at point-blank range, but in reality there were no bullet holes in the helmet. Time slowed down. Eventually everything froze. Cows tipping. This is where we're gonna be like, your name is Lucille, whatever the heck, from that one, the bar. Hello. Please enunciate your designation. I don't know. Some say my name is Pandora. That is a strange name, but greetings nonetheless. I believe I am deceased. Are you sure? Don't look dead to me. I cannot move, and it seems as though I am floated. Yet, it is also strangely peaceful. Guess you're dead then. Death is fine too. Ah, that may be true now that you mention it. Kinda hard to make out who's talking. Feels like when you talk, I'm talking too. What is the meaning of it all? You're a part of me now. I remember you. That's so. What kind of person was I? You were a duplicitous cow in every sense of the word. But you were also someone who was manipulated too. Maybe it wasn't your fault you ended up that way. It is quite interesting, to say the least. I also held a grudge. For your death, you're carrying that burden. You and your father were close, weren't you? But others split you up. It was a cozy life before his departure. Father! You had everything you wanted, and it all went away. All you had after he was sentenced to serve prison was your own room. You like tinkering with machines, don't you? Yes, that is correct. That was one of my favorite pastimes. After you lost everything, you took comfort in it. I wanted to understand why people took them away from you. Humans are like machines, aren't they? That is possible. It didn't help you. Instead, you sought revenge. That is why you made bombs. Right, I made bombs. I constructed them. It is becoming clearer to me now. School. I destroyed it. I wanted to get the real culprits. Brother did nothing wrong, so she's the daughter of the... Not behind any crime. There's found evidence. Why is that? Not certain. I suppose I no longer care about it. Sure. I have answers if you have questions. That is tempting. To finally know the truth. Find closure from that hell. Don't have to more time, so make up your mind. If that is the case, then perhaps it is better as a mystery. At least, tell me, was I wrong? No, someone else definitely forged the evidence. Father really was innocent. Someone else did the murder. Let's see. At least that allows me to rest. By the way, I haven't thought about it, but what was my name? Do you believe it was? I have this little chime that says Mark. I'm a girl, and that is impossible, isn't it? Your name isn't. It's Lucille. You're Lucille Guijoli. How interesting. Very well. It is time for my departure. It is. Dust to dust, ashes to ashes. You surrendered your right to live. Now carry your memory. Thank you. The room came back into view after that vision, taken only but a split moment to play out. To our senses now. Let's see the aftermath of the earlier altercation. Ancora, much like everyone else, stood silent as the dead body graced the room. Perhaps 20 past the hour mark, but Ancora couldn't see it. The girl's sight was completely filled with nothing but the fuming remains of what was once Gula, Althine. Where her head had been was instead a charred mark, joining the other a little further away, Yura's mark. Her head had already exploded by the time Ancora realized what had happened. She so hated having deaths like these. This one. It's very possible it might have been the traitor. This time, the silence lasted longer. Down to 5 people. Still far from enough meat cards to escape this place alive. No traces of Invidia's body either. The group seemed to be at a loss. The way forward through the puzzle door was now open. Did we get the mastermind? I know. This is the question everyone asks themselves when this happens, right? Oh no. What I think is that we didn't. Gula was manipulated into doing what she was doing. If the portraits were changed in a triangle as we suspected, which voting for Ava proved, and someone else changed 2 other portraits. He grabbed Luxuria by the arm and pulled her against him. Next came the click of the revolver adjusting itself against her temple. The small girl froze up. Horace, Superbia, and Avaricia all stared, slightly dumbfounded. This is the mastermind. The other portraits that were switched in that triangle were Ava's and Lux's. No! It's not me. I'm not the mastermind. I'm not Pandora. Listen, the others too. Bea and Cora's portraits were switched too! That's also true. No one dared to move as Tristitia contemplated the issue under a new angle. Finally, he released the girl and threw her away, put the gun back in his pocket. Fine then. It's not conclusive, but the moment I know who the mastermind is... He gave a tap of his hand against his pocket, making it clear the revolver wasn't just for show. Where did you get that anyway? I found it in the room I explored last, and it's staying with me. Can't trust anyone here. Not entirely, anyway. Right, that reminds me, I have other things to share. No one dared to interrupt him now that he had the gun and made it known. Something weird is going on here. Specifically about me. You remember what she said after Ira died, before we solved the puzzle? Ancora thought about it, forcing herself to remember the final lines that she said to them back then. Please remember that once you enter a room, you will also only have 39 minutes before you surrender your right to live. Time is of the essence, and I will stop taking it from you now. From now on, I will only appear to give you each room's subject to them. Wish you all 7 of you good luck, and don't forget. See you later. He said 7, even if by all accounts we should have been 8. That's actually interesting. Those messages aren't recorded. Spoken in real time, and I can only assume this means that the mastermind among us is someone who's been proficient at retaining their speech without getting flustered. So it was Ula. No, it wasn't. She loses her speech as soon as she gets flustered or embarrassed. Therefore, the cow cannot be the culprit. I didn't hear any stuttering, so the lion is also out. So far, we've got 2 innocents killed. Well, innocent of being Pandora, at least. Really smart. He's probably gonna live to the end, but it's also definitely someone I'd want to get rid of as soon as possible, as much as I can help it. Which means Pandora is either Viti, left under the pretense of being dead since we didn't find any dead body, or they're still alive and among us. Ooh, among us. Whichever it is, there must be a good reason why the mastermind thought it was more interesting to actually be in the group. Can't be because she's a fucking idiot. I doubt they just up and leave if that's the case. I'm willing to currently rule out Viti. I'm not ruling out the possibility of them being in a room somewhere. For the purposes of this one, there are cameras in the crossroom, and they could have spied on us. Anyway, I have other questions too. He walked forward, specifically stepping toward Ancora, until the 2 of them were talking face to face, so to say. How did you know Willa changed the portraits? Don't. I have no idea. Just sort of knew. It's like the information reached me from elsewhere. Didn't know, and then in the next moment it came to me. It's like, have you ever played Virtue's Last Reward? And you have to get all those bad ends, and then you obtain the information from it for the other ones so that you can get better things and more things unlock? It's kind of like that. It's like an epiphany. No, like a Uchikoshi game. Maybe. Yeah, this is looking like a death sentence so far. Let's hope there's a way out. I think there are 2 ways that might explain why you know. The first one is that you can spy on people by using cameras. This would make you the mastermind. However, it doesn't make any sense, because you try to tell us about the change in the portrait. You wouldn't give yourself away like that. I don't see the point in switching the victim of the boat unless it was you. It didn't seem like it was going that way. Not to mention, to begin with, there are no cameras anywhere as far as I can see except in the crossroom. Second way is you're a psychic. This fucking guy. A what? Me? Good stuff. Psychic, as if those exist. Entertaining his false ideas, probably for the best. I love the side of Occam's razor that we fell on. Psychic. Get to know things we don't by using psychic abilities. There have been rumors of psychic usage before to explain such things as... I was looking for an example. And he put it at Luxuria. Turn around. Why? Turn around or I shoot. Before he grabbed the revolver, the small girl did as told. Turned around, exposing the back of her. On it was a large S. As NVIDIA pointed out much earlier, it was a cool S, a symbol which was also engraved on the Me card. This symbol, for example, has been drawn all over the world at varying places. It's impossible that each person who drew this was told how to do it by someone else. This trend predates the internet, too. What? How is it not possible? There's been a theory that the cool S was a mark of psychic abilities. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard, Trist. That one day someone somewhere used their psychic abilities without meaning to grab the knowledge of how to draw a cool S from someone else. What a fucking waste. Then they followed by drawing it everywhere as they could. Someone else did the same, and again, and all over the world. That is the explanation, albeit a little hard to imagine being real. That might also explain this epiphany. You know what an epiphany is. We spoke about it earlier. You mentioned something about talking to dead people, right? Yeah, I remember the epiphany. A moment of clear lucidity, or an idea that comes out of nowhere. That, I do actually have no explanation whatsoever. Maybe he's right. No, it's still far too loopy to be considered true. Fudge nuggets. Why talk to dead people? Maybe in moments of extreme stress, you pull information from the world itself. I've played games that dealt with things like that. The world is formed of what we know, isn't it? It's possible what's happening here is the same as those games. That's gonna be a really tough sell for me, you morons. Kirby interjected in usual fashion. What the fuck is wrong with you? Psychics don't exist. It's just a farce, make-believe. It's not real. And, we're wasting time. Need I remind you that we've only got an hour and a half to go? You're right. We have to solve the puzzle. Step to the side, watching everyone. No one else seemed to want to walk away from the consoles. By then, everyone had forgotten Gula was dead, not too far away. Well, take the lead. You've got the gun. That's exactly why I can't do it. You all go, I'll follow. I am not getting shot in the back. You can either go, or I can kill you right now. Stone was much less friendly. The horse was making it clear he was not joking around. Fine, fine. Jesus Christ on a pogo stick. Herbie walked toward the hallway into Wing A, followed by Avaricia and Ancora. Duria went after them. Finally, Tristitia walked to close the line. Things not matching with the countdown either. 30 minutes left before the next vote is required. With the time it'll take to solve the puzzle in the next rooms. It's not looking good. Once again, someone has to die or they need to start hurrying up. Arriving at the set of doors in the back of the larger area they hung around before, it was clear the panel was ready to receive their inputs in order to solve it. Alright everybody, I'm going to stop there for today because I think it's been about an hour. I'm going to have to switch back over and check. But yeah, thank you very much for joining. Sorry to miss last week, but I'm trying to get some things out of the way early this week so that we're good to go. Alright everybody, thanks very much, and I will talk to you later. Bye!